release from in the morning.
Hello and welcome to Paratalk with the East Tennessee Ghost Seekers. Paratalk podcast contains explicit language, scary content, and adult humor. Parental discretion is advised.
It's time for Paratalk, a wide-ranging discussion covering hauntings, paranormal encounters, UFOs, cryptids, and true crime. With your host, Stephen Brown, and your East Tennessee Ghost Seekers, Steve Wiseman, Andrea Brown, LZ Adams, Jesse Arms, Amy Sharp, Justin Howard, and me, Mike Howard. To join in the discussion, email etgsparatalk@gmail.com. And now, it's time for Paratalk.
All right, guys. Welcome to Paratalk. It is Friday. February 18th in the year of our Lord. Fuck. All right. So we're having fun already. Hope you guys are ready for a great night. And if you aren't utterly disgusted when you're listening right now, I promise we'll fucking try to make you be before you get off here tonight. Yeah. So, Mike, I had to. Sorry, dude.
That's all right.
Yeah. So Mike says aloha. The Hawaiian Asian. That's how I like my chicken.
Hawaiian Asian?
Yeah. I thought he went vomiting. All right.
Do I need to stop them from picking on you,
fine.
Mike?
It's good. It's all right.
What do you mean them? He's the one that did it.
First time ever. First time.
Shit.
Whatever.
So,
Gobble, gobble, motherfucker.
yes. I think I have that original on here somewhere, Mike. And, anytime you need me to, I can just hit this button.
Just
right
go.
here.
Gobble, gobble, motherfucker.
Yes.
There you go.
Thank you.
There you go. The original. Yes. So, we have Mike in studio with us this week. Thank you, Mike, for showing up. We so appreciate it.
I dug my way out of a Jamaican jail to be here.
We missed you.
Dude,
so glad you got out of there.
It means so much to us.
Yeah.
So much.
Well,
And Mike showed us a trailer for a movie that started tonight.
Yes.
Today.
If you do yourself a favor and go watch the trailer after our show.
Yeah. After Paratalk, go on YouTube and Google The Cursed.
If you haven't already seen it,
The trailer looks amazing.
yeah.
Freaking badass.
Hang on a second. Jamaican jail?
Did
you bring us anything back?
Sore asshole.
That's where he carried it.
That's
And we have...
Feasted it.
Ooh, way to go, Mike. We'll call him the clincher.
Oh, God.
And in the studio this week, we have Bam Bam Nemesis standing over in the corner. And he will remain quiet for the rest of the evening. No,
Maybe.
Shit. All right.
We are missing Amy.
We are missing Amy. Amy texted earlier and she
The
was like,
shit hit the fan.
The shit hit the
Yes.
fan. Gotta stay at work. Which stay at work means sit
Stay
on
at
the
home.
couch because she works from home.
Yes, but I can't imagine what she's dealing with.
No. I don't want to imagine what
Me
she's
either.
doing.
No. It's too much.
Yeah.
It's too much.
Too much.
Too much. So we have some new people in the chat.
Yes, welcome, welcome.
Yes, we have Goose. Welcome.
Welcome, Goose.
Keep your feathers dry. We have Gen 6.
Hey, Jen.
We have Angela.
Hello, Angela.
And we have Anna Cole. We have...
Nicole.
No, I won't call it Anna Cole.
Oh, okay.
Anna Cole. It's Anna Cole.
And Ray.
Maybe it's Anna Nicole.
Her spirit?
The spirit of Anna Nicole Smith has joined us on Paratalk.
And then we've got Ray Bexey.
Who we got? Who?
Ray
I'm not seeing that
Bexey.
one.
You're not? I'm seeing
No,
it.
I'm not seeing that one.
Right above Angela's at the bottom.
Yeah. Scroll. Scroll.
I don't have a scroll.
Oh, you don't have that.
No.
Okay.
no.
Sorry.
I'm
But Ray Bexey's in.
Yeah.
Or Ray Bixey.
Yeah, still not showing. Well, welcome, Ray. Yeah.
Hey.
Hey.
Ray.
Ruh.
R-E-A.
Ruh.
Grandpa's. Yes.
Hide the grandpas. The fuck is that all about?
I'll hide it.
Ew.
It's the spirit of Anna Nicole Smith.
It's gotta be.
Looking for the rich grandpas.
That's it.
You're in
Yes.
the wrong fucking chat.
That's right. Yeah. May find the grandpas. Not rich.
No. Rich with sexiness.
Oh my God.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
It's turned from a podcast to a liecast.
There you go. I put the link to the curse trailer in there in the chat.
There you go. So,
But don't click on that till later.
no,
Yeah.
no.
You can't follow it anywhere or click on it.
Yeah.
Can you not?
No.
You can,
Really?
you can copy it and put it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can copy and paste.
Maybe.
You can copy it and paste it and put
No.
it.
No, you can't.
Well, ain't that
Well,
some shit?
fucking never mind. Don't worry about it. You can hold it
Okay.
up next to the screen and
You
then
can
type
take-
that
yes.
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
take a pencil and a piece of paper and write it down.
What, write it down?
Backslash,
Yes.
colon, backslash. Shit on my mustache.com.
Wrong. That is so wrong. Wrong website.
Dot, gobble, motherfucker.
I went to that website once. I will
Don't
advise you
recommend
all.
it.
Wow, it's
Do not go there. Do not go
Not
there.
recommend.
wrong. Chickens and shitty mustaches everywhere.
Oh.
I just want to apologize to our new listeners.
Yes.
Shitty chicken mustaches.
Oh, yeah. I am so sorry for that.
There is nothing worse than a shitty chicken mustache.
Oh, my gosh.
They're probably like, what the fuck are we
Yeah, they're going to be like,
listening
I'm out. They're like, I'm
I
out.
thought this was about the paranormal. What the fuck is this?
Chickens?
Damn it.
Oh,
God. The chicken was a turky. I don't know
It
why
is
I
a
said
turkey.
chicken.
It probably ended up looking like a murder scene. Though.
Cluck, cluck, motherfucker.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
I'm fucking sweating. It's hot.
Gen 6 said for us to stop eating out the ghost. They're ghosts.
I'm out.
We don't know. Oh, there it goes. There it goes.
It's the only action I get.
And it can taste like chicken if we want it to.
It's all in the imagination.
That's right. Okay.
Oh, my gosh. This
I just imagined it.
this podcast escalated quickly.
5 minutes. We're already off the fucking rails.
I'm telling
know.
you.
Yeah.
What rails?
I think it was just a single rail and we derailed.
The crazy train.
Oh, there you
The
go.
monorail has collapsed.
Yes, it totally has. All right, guys. So you came here tonight to listen to some paranormal shit and whatever
Yeah.
else we decided to talk about. And you just got lucky and we went to the other shit that we decided to talk about before we got into the paranormal shit.
Wiseman stripping.
Oh, dude, put your clothes on.
No.
I didn't know you had an Audi.
You want to touch it?
No. Come here, bring it over here.
Oh, God.
And now you got shit on your mustache.
Gen 6, you're so right.
What's Gen 6 say?
There is shit everywhere.
There is shit everywhere. Yes, you're exactly right.
Everywhere.
It's everywhere. It's everywhere.
Oh, my God. So,
Put me in, coach.
Oh, my gosh.
all right. So, tonight we're talking spontaneous human combustion. Well, now 3 of us are talking spontaneous human combustion.
We loved you, brother.
Damn it!
Stop looking at it.
caught on fire.
Damn it.
If you wouldn't have had all that shit on it.
It works as fertilizers. So, All right. So, yeah, spontaneous human combustion. Andrea thought this one up last week after the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know if it was because she was giving me that death stare and wishing that I would burst into flames.
I believe
I honestly don't even remember. I think I was, you going down rabbit holes. I think that just kind
I
of
got my head stuck once.
Yeah. I think
that's
that just
what happened.
Yeah.
It just kind of
Didn't say which
caught
head.
my attention. Oh my gosh.
Go ahead.
Y'all are horrible.
It's been a long week. I'm tired.
You are horrible, Steven.
Poor
Who said poor rabbit? Was that?
And that's the end of the show. All right. Good job, everybody.
It was a lucky foot.
Man, he's like delirious tonight, dude.
Oh my God. Okay.
What did you put in that coffee?
Thank you, Starbucks, for furnishing me with a venti white mocha. I think
It's the sugar.
It's got to be the sugar.
Holy,
because I haven't
he's not had sugar all.
Got extra white in it.
I made it myself.
God.
Excuse me.
Oh my gosh.
Why is this coffee salty?
Oh my God. We just can't. We just can't function.
Oh my God.
So you were saying spontaneous human combustion.
Yes, spontaneous human combustion. Let's go there.
I'm freaking burned up. I feel like I'm going to combust.
See, Gen 6 is not helping at all.
know,
At
come
all.
on.
And chunky.
Chunky, salty coffee.
Let's get into some introductions.
We haven't done that forever.
We haven't.
Let's do it. Me. I'm Steven of Paratalk. Welcome to my semicircle table. I hope you enjoy your ride. Joining me to my right, my brother from another mother, the Duke of Hell, Mr. Steve Wiseman. Welcome, brother.
What's happening, everybody?
How's it going, buddy?
Oh, we're going good.
Yeah,
We're
you're
going good.
burning up over there,
I'm
aren't you?
fucking sweating my left nut off
Keep it up.
because I don't have a right one.
All right, and to my left, my sweet little wife that wants to make me burst into flames, Miss Andrea Brown.
Hello, everyone.
How are ya?
Lovely.
Good. And fresh out of a Jamaican jail cell, he dug his way out and then swam here. Thank you, Mike Howard.
I used my penis.
Damn, that took you forever.
It did. That's why it took so long.
It's been how many weeks? So
I know.
And hanging out in the middle of the room, or the back of the room, in the corner, underneath the fake spider, we have Bam Bam Nemesis. And that's the only word he knows. Everybody, hang on tight. Enjoy the show. All right, I'm done with that. It's been a while since we've done that.
It has.
real.
It really
We
has.
got so many new people. We needed to.
People need to know who the fuck we are.
Steve, the Duke of Hell.
Steve, the Duke of Hell.
I'm the Asian gardener of hell.
Andrea and her 4 left nuts.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yup.
I'm the smallest one.
Yeah.
That was a great movie, My Four Left Nuts.
Yes.
Daniel Day-Lewis, he was awesome.
Yeah. I saw that on my 9th birthday.
Yes, My Four Left Nuts.
You guys are horrible.
Yeah. Yeah. Andrea and her 4 left nuts. Her
Yes.
her pants are really tight. Really, really tight. It looks like she's smuggling coconuts.
Yep.
4 of them. All right.
Yep.
So, spontaneous human combustion.
Is that what we're talking about? Sorry, we've derailed so many times.
Well, you can talk about it before I combust. Under
Anyway.
shoe.
Oh my God. So everybody's heard of spontaneous human combustion, but what is?
But if they haven't, what is it?
I was going to explain,
Okay, go
sir. Oh, God. Spontaneous combustion occurs when an object bursts into flames from a chemical reaction within apparently without being ignited by an external heat source. Exactly.
Shit, we just lost Steve.
So, you know what? I got some serious deja vu right now. The Danish.
You okay over there?
Yeah. Anatomist. I just drew a blank on that word.
Is she anatomically correct?
Sorry, anatomist. Thomas Bartholin has been credited with penning the first written account of spontaneous human combustion. In 1663, he described how a woman in Paris went up in ashes and smoke while she was sleeping. The straw mattress on which she slept. I am trying to shield my eyes from people, by the way.
We aren't doing anything.
Just in case. The straw mattress on which she slept was unmarred by the fire. And in 1673, a Frenchman named Jonas Dupont published a collection of spontaneous combustion cases in his work, De Incendies Corporis Humanis Spontaneous. Yeah, I don't speak French.
Would you
Here,
like?
there you go.
Why don't you let the DJ read? See how he handled it. Let me see it.
It's literally that back.
The Incendies Corporis Humains Spontaneous.
Exactly.
Listen
That's
to that
exactly.
guy.
That's exactly what I was trying to say.
Applause.
Thank
And then the other guy was Danish.
Yes.
Burst the bed, put the bed, sit on the bed, and then the poofer. No more of the baby. She's gone.
Oh my gosh.
Poof in the flame.
Oh my gosh.
Spontaneous. Morgan.
What was that chef off of this? The Muppets?
Yeah, Farfig Nougat.
So anyway,
roasted chicky.
the hundreds of alleged SHC accounts since that time have followed a similar pattern. The victim is almost completely consumed, usually inside his or her home. Coroners at the scene have sometimes noted a sweet, smoky smell in the room where the incident occurred. There's something peculiar about many of the photos that documented suspected SHC victims in a number of these shots. The corpse's torso and head are charred beyond recognition, but some extremities remain intact, with the hands, feet, and or part of the legs being apparently unburned. Also, the room around the person may show minimal fire damage, though a greasy residue is sometimes left behind on furniture and walls. Shut up. Reports have also been made about spontaneous human combustion victims who didn't simply burst in flames. These individuals are said to have developed strange burns on their bodies with no obvious source, and not every person who supposedly caught fire has died. Some people say they've experienced SHC and then lived to tell the tale. Oh my gosh, what is going on? Oh my God.
Welcome to the chat, Will. Oh shit. Go ahead. Keep talking about how we're going to cook these people.
So, I don't even know how to proceed with this.
Well, here's something kind of crazy about spontaneous human combustion, too, because you mentioned back in,
1663, yeah.
And the thing was, in the 1800s, it was an extremely worrisome thing, spontaneous human combustion. A lot of times we think, this is something fairly new in the 40s. No, Charles Dickens actually wrote about it in Bleak House. One of the characters burned up in Bleak House. It appeared in writings from Mark Twain. It appeared in writings from Washington Irving and Herman Melville as well.
And with Charles Dickens, whenever he wrote Bleak House, so many people were like, this. Why would you write about something like this? It's not a thing. Yeah. And he came out and said, I researched this. Yeah. I researched at least 30 accounts that this has occurred. Yeah. And that's why I wrote about it. That's how I got my character. Yeah, they said there's nearly a dozen references in literature pre-1900s.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I've even seen something that has gone as far back as the 1400s. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, obviously...
But the first actual...
Pinned. account.
Was in
1663.
1660.
But apparently it was a very big concern in the 1800s. There were a lot of people writing about it and saying, and like I said, Dickens and Melville and Washington Irving, that it was a concern with people worldwide.
I told this to Steve earlier that I've seen on Facebook this thing that says I've worried about dying in quicksand a lot more than I should have based on, how much I heard about it when I was younger. I thought about this when I was younger. I worried about this when I was younger. I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh, me too.
What am I going to do something to just burst into flames?
Yeah. Those were two, and it's funny you said that. Those were actually two of my biggest fears as a kid. Quicksand and spontaneous human combustion. I have never in my life seen or heard of any actual quicksand anywhere.
Right.
Nor have I known anyone who's burst into flames.
Right.
But as a child, I was terrified by both.
You know what? Stop, drop, and roll.
Well, it doesn't fucking work if there's quicksand.
No, but like...
Because you burst into flames, and you roll, and then you get sucked up by the earth.
I know, right? Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
So you were afraid of this all happening at one time?
Yes. That was my worst fear. I would get caught in quicksand, and then while I was trying to escape, I would burst into flames.
My biggest fear was always cutting myself and bleeding to death while shaving my nuts.
Well, you still worry about it.
Yeah.
That's sad. That's sad, Mike. What we got going on
Gen
here?
6 says their biggest fear was being ripped apart by something hidden in the shadows.
Okay, see, that's
fair.
That
is fair.
That's beautiful.
And what's the no-toes say?
Beat me to it. Quicksand and...
Spontaneous human combustion as a kid was your biggest worries after what your mom parked in your lunchbox. Parked this in your lunchbox.
Oh, he meant packed.
Oh, packed.
Packed.
It sounds better if it's parked.
It does sound better.
Your mom parked a big one in your lunchbox.
What, Trevor?
Pop Rocks and Pepsi.
That's right.
Pop Rocks and Pepsi. Yeah.
That's how Mikey died.
This kid Mikey, he'll eat anything.
Fucking Mikey.
Where'd Mikey go?
So
I was actually just going to find that one article that had the 10 cases, and they're short.
okay.
So
Were they young when they died?
no,
Oh,
It's usually older.
generally older.
Yeah, I was going to say what I've read was been generally older folks,
So-
alcoholic.
According to this, the latest case was it made headlines in September of, I think, 2021 as the first Irish case of spontaneous human combustion. People found the burned body of an elderly man lying with his head near a furnace of his apartment. Coroners determined, though, that the furnace was not the source of the conflagration, nor was there any accelerant on the body, nor was there any evidence of foul play. This case was typical of spontaneous human combustion in that there were burn marks on the floor and the ceiling directly below and above the body, but no other burn marks anywhere in the room. The first case, which we realized that the first one was back in 1663, but this one, it mentions spontaneous human combustion in the history books is Paulinus Vorstius. Paulinus was just a regular Italian knight in the late 1400s who liked wine, women, and song. He consumed 2 ladles of very strong wine one night, and it disagreed with him. People say that he immediately vomited flame and then burst into flames entirely. No one else seemed to have had any problem with the wine, and people were baffled as to how this happened. They're still baffled now.
Still baffled after all these years.
Yes, after all these years.
He was a dragon.
Yeah.
He was an Italian dragon.
Yeah.
That was my nickname in elementary school.
Oh my God. Spontaneous human combustion has claimed the life of at least one member of the nobility, Countess Cornelia de Bandy. The countess, who lived in the 1700s, was found halfway between her bed and her window one morning with everything except her lower legs and 3 fingers burned. She had apparently calmly risen from her bed to open the window in the middle of the night, but combusted before she could reach the window. In the room, 2 candles had been burned, or at least the tallow had been burned. The wicks were left completely unburned. Soot covered the room, including some bread on a plate that she had left on a table. And just as an indication of how strange the 1700s were, the bread was taken from the plate and offered to a dog. The dog refused to eat it, making it the most sensible player in that incident.
I'm surprised the bread didn't turn into toast.
Well, that's the weird thing with a lot of these cases. As I say,
confined.
It's so confined. There's the famous picture of the woman that died, the older woman that died, she's sitting in a chair.
Yeah,
both her legs are
still there,
completely fine from the knee down. There's nothing from the knee up, just 2 regular legs. Now, nothing burned around her,
right?
But the chair she was sitting in is completely charred.
Right.
And then there's a spot on the ceiling where it was completely charred. But everything else was fine.
And see, that's the strange part. It was charred, not burnt to ash. You know, it was just her, poof, and then gone.
Yeah.
Flames gone, everything gone. Just so spontaneous.
Aliens.
You think so?
Possibly.
Could be.
Well, Jeanette Kazmarechak lived with her husband and son in France in the 1970s when her husband disappeared mysteriously. Jeanette contacted the authorities to try to find them. They couldn't find anything. A few days later, while her son was out with some friends, a neighbor found Jeanette's body, except for her legs, reduced to ash in an otherwise undisturbed apartment. In
Were you moving on to another one?
Yeah.
Real quick. Gen 6 brought up a really cool point there.
What?
Said, I wonder if these people made a deal and now you see the debt collector process.
Yeah.
Possibly. That kind of goes along one of the lines of being a divine intervention type thing.
Right.
And Will is asking, maybe high-proof alcohol catching fire internally. Could that be possible?
That could be possible.
There are so many different
possibilities
that they've come up with and explanations of why things do the way they do in spontaneous human combustion case, like the wick effect, that your body acts like a candle.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my only thing is, where's the ignition source?
Exactly. Well, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the fact that most bodies are found turned to ash.
Trevor just brought up a good point.
What?
Your brain could be the ignition source because
the electrical current's going on inside your brain.
That is true.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is that
look at this little fucker over
you look the bodies, like the majority of the bones, everything turned to ash except for the extremities.
Yeah. Which means the heat has to be so intense.
3,000 degrees. Number one, why wouldn't 3,000 degrees not burn an entire body? Number two, why would 3,000 degrees in a burning body not burn down an entire house?
Yeah.
People have died in burning houses all the time. They've died in houses and they go in to find the bodies. They find the bodies, most of the bone, the skeleton is intact. How can that happen? But then in this case, it's literally just the body and the surrounding.
The immediate area.
Yeah. Exactly.
Exactly. I mean, because when you go have a body cremated, it has to be cremated inside of an oven that is 3,000 degrees or more, and it has to be burnt for a certain length of time in order for it to actually turn into ash. And there are cases where they walked in and there's just ash.
Yeah.
And then 2 feet that are sitting there. Just
exactly.
It doesn't make any sense at all.
Let's see. I used to work at a funeral home, and I remember taking a body to a crematorium and having it cremated. It wasn't that quick, and I don't remember the temperature that they used in the crematory, but it was not that quick.
Right.
It took a while.
So in 1967, a passenger on a bus in England noticed blue flames in the window of an apartment building hallway. She thought it was a gas jet and called the fire brigade. When they got to the place, they supposedly found the body of Robert Francis Bailey, a homeless man. A fireman reported seeing a slit in the man's abdomen from which the blue flames were issuing. I did read that this poor man here was an alcoholic, and he actually drank like not store-bought type liquor. It was like whatever kind of like basically rubbing alcohol, that, you know, any kind of alcohol like that. So I can see that being a cause.
Yeah.
However, a slit in the belly.
So just to get bearings here, according to Google, most cremation furnaces, which is what it is, it's not an oven, it's an actual furnace, and they're designed to heat extreme temperature, 1,800 degrees, and it takes up to 3 to 4 hours in order to go ahead and do the cremation process.
Wow.
But they say the whole process, 3 to 4 hours just to burn the body, but the whole process takes upwards of a week to 2 weeks to actually turn it into complete ash.
Wow.
At 1,800 degrees Fahrenheit.
Gee whiz.
So you imagine these bodies burning as quick as they are. They've got to be well over 3,000 degrees to burn that fast.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost instantaneous. And it's just a matter of minutes usually.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, especially for it to not catch anything else on fire.
Right.
In the area.
Here's a case when spontaneous combustion won a court case. So Nicole Millet, the wife of a Parisian innkeeper in 1725, was found after her husband roused the entire inn when he smelled smoke. What was left of her was in the kitchen, almost completely reduced to ash, with the wooden utensils around her unburned. Other accounts have her burned on a straw pallet, with the straw only a little damaged. That looked suspicious, and so her husband was tried and found guilty of murder. On appeal, though, he used the spontaneous human combustion defense and was exonerated. Nicole's death was found to be due to a visitation of God.
Wow.
Here's another thing to think about, too. Our bodies, your body, besides fat, and because they talk about, it's fat and it's clothes acting like a wick and it's acting like a candle. And your body is 60 to 70%
water,
non-flammable water.
Yeah. Yeah.
Period. Doesn't burn.
Yeah. Should
It's
put out
water.
the fire.
Yeah. But it burns so fast, it turns instantly to steam.
Yeah. That's crazy.
What the fuck?
Now, could that be causing, nothing else to be burned around? Where the body's made up, that much water, it just keeps it contained.
But still, I can see that, but still, where is the ignition, the ignite of the flame, whatever's burning? And, how does the body being 70% water completely go in flames, producing flames
to ash?
I mean, it's
right.
And another thing I've actually read is that several of almost every case that I've seen, the victims of this, they don't move. Okay, maybe they're asleep. Granted, they're elderly, they fall asleep, whatever. But one story I read was that these passersby was going by this woman who looked to be in her about in 40s, sitting on a park bench or bus bench or whatever, and they see blue flames come out of her abdomen. And she
sitting
sits,
on the bus bench.
Yes. And she sits there. She doesn't
just chills.
She doesn't get up. She doesn't drop down to try to extinguish it. She sits there like, all right, cool.
Realizing right then, at that moment, life was like a box of chocolates.
You're horrible. But I mean,
box of melted chocolates.
Melted chocolates.
But the fact that that a lot of times they don't see a sign of escape from this, like, is if they're burning from the inside, has something already happened in their brain that they've just kind of like, they just don't realize it. Like, has the heat burned their brain?
So she just had blue flame. People saw it. She was okay.
She literally was sitting there.
Chilling.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then she erupted.
Damn.
That's some shit.
Like, I mean, I'd like to think that, oh, crap, I got, I'm on fire. I'm on fire. Stop, drop, and roll.
Help! Help!
I mean, I don't know. It's just, and these people that research it, and they try to give all these explanations, and it's like, I need more.
Well, here's the weird thing. So the majority of the cases of spontaneous human combustion throughout time, elderly people, they were alone, they were either seated or sleeping, and they were close to some sort of ignition source.
Okay.
And some of those sources could be as little as a cigarette.
Right. Okay, well, my question, in these cases, and I'm sure, right now at this moment in time, me asking this question, we have the answer. But I'm wondering what the percentage is of those people that were alcoholics or...
Now, you're right. There are a great majority that either were alcoholics, they were smokers, but there was a case where there was a man that died from spontaneous human combustion who was neither a drinker nor a smoker, and he was not around a fire source.
Yeah. That's the weird thing about this. Like most of the cases, people were seen drinking or had been drinking before. But there are a few cases where you had people that didn't smoke, that weren't around. Woman sitting on a park bench.
Yeah.
She's sitting on a fucking park bench. Did somebody hold a big magnifying glass up there and go, what's this?
And you're done.
There are some cases that just make no fucking sense.
Right.
Now, here's a story of when spontaneous combustion lost a court case. So Jack Angel, who had been hospitalized with severe burns, brought a court case against the manufacturer of his hot water heater for $3 million. He said that he went to check the malfunctioning heater and it blew and scalded him. However, a doctor noted that his body had burned from the inside out, not the outside in. Shortly afterward, he changed his story and said he fell asleep only to wake up with terrible burns all over his body, and sold his story as a survivor of spontaneous human combustion. Was he one of the only people to survive spontaneous combusting? I mean, a doctor literally said, you were burned from the inside out.
Right.
I mean, it sucks for him because he lost out on $3 million. But, I mean, being told by a doctor. Interesting.
In the chat, Jen actually has a good question. Wouldn't the water in you becoming steam so quickly make you explode? In theory, it should.
Yeah.
But it doesn't.
No.
That's the weird thing.
It's just a quick accelerant fire and gone.
Yeah. And the people that have seen these spontaneous human combustions or have seen something like it claim to see a very bright blue flame. And we know that a bright blue flame usually is methane gas, or it's the hottest part of the flame there is.
Right.
For it to burn so clear.
Yep.
So, I mean, you're talking about intense heat that starts from nowhere and then ends as soon as it's out of fat to burn.
Yeah. And the shit blows my mind, really.
It does.
And it's so hard, for scientists or anybody to really research it because it's not something that just happens every day. There's only been 200 cases, reported cases over the past 300 years. I mean, shit.
Now, here's the last one that I got. A mentally disabled woman lived with her father, who cared for her. One day, he saw a flash out of the corner of his eye and turned to find her on fire. Despite the flames, she continued to quietly sit in a chair, not reacting and not giving any indication she was in pain. The man's attempt to put the fire out left him with burned hands, and the woman lived through the combustion but slipped into a coma and died shortly after.
And when was this?
This one doesn't have a date.
Wow.
So this poor man saw his daughter combust, and she just sat there.
See. That's crazy. I can't hear you over there, Sylvester Stallone.
And I mean,
Yeah.
this says how in almost all combustions, there's no burns in the room around the body, indicating that the person simply stayed in one place. Whatever the cause of this combustion, it seems to knock people out first. So I think...
Does it knock them out, or does it put them in a trance-like state? I mean, because you had like the lady that sat there on the park bench that seemed perfectly fine, blue flame, gone, and then still perfectly fine.
I mean, I don't know. If it's 3,000 degrees and it's starting from the inside.
Yeah, I'm beginning to agree with Gen 6. I mean, I still think it's a soul collection with hellfire disposal.
Yeah.
I mean,
the majority of the cases, and the weird thing is, it's not just in one area too. There have been cases from Pakistan to Florida.
Right.
So there's not, and they say majority of them are elderly people. But again, there's these weird cases where there was just somebody who was just sitting on a park bench.
Yeah.
Walking through, just poof.
Yeah.
But you have some of the telltale things that happen for some of them, or for most of them. Smoke damage above and below the victim's body.
Right.
And some mild burns. Mm-hmm. But they say most of the time it's just the torso usually that's burned.
Yeah.
But it burns away. It leaves the extremities. Arms, legs, just sitting there. Head, just sitting there.
What I did read about that was that because the extremities don't conduct the heat that the torso would, so it will burn the torso, and plus there's less fat, supposedly, on the feet and legs. But
what the hell is starting a fire in the middle of your stomach?
Yeah. Like, what is starting this fire?
And I had some chili once.
I had some really high curry.
Is it that 5-alarm stuff?
In any of your readings, were any of the witnesses, did any of them report any smells of sulfur?
No, actually. The ones that, what I have read is that they've smelled sweet or smoky.
Yeah.
That's how I like my chicken.
That's the ribs.
Sweet and smoky.
Just like I used to make.
Oh, God. But yeah, I don't know. This is a completely baffling topic.
It totally is.
And
I mean, you can't understand it.
I don't get where so, you have an extreme alcoholic. There's a ton of extreme alcoholics out there. And not everybody's combusting,
Right.
Right.
And that's been one of the explanations. Victorians, back in Victorian time, they thought, oh, well, if you drank a lot, that was your punishment, that it was actually God reaching down to you and punishing you. But then they talk about, there's older people, maybe they had a heart attack or a stroke and they had a cigarette and they dropped the cigarette.
Right.
But I smoked for a long time. I've dropped cigarettes on myself. Never once did I ever thought, oh shit, I almost caught on fire.
You burn a hole in your clothes.
Yeah. Or it burns your leg. But you don't suddenly burst into fucking flames.
No.
And why isn't everything else burning?
See, I did burn the hair on my chest once when I fell asleep smoking, and I wish that I had just burned into flames because it hurt so bad for a split second. Then I was over it and I was okay.
Hell, I was an alcoholic for years and a heavy smoker, and I never burst. No.
Well,
that's the other weird thing, too. The majority of the cases, no witnesses.
Yeah.
Only a handful of witnesses ever said they actually saw, or they saw the beginning of it or the end of it. But the majority of the cases, person completely alone.
It's Zozo.
Maybe.
Could be.
I mean, I'm not. I can't throw anything out right now.
Gen 6 says SHC, the other white meat.
Oh my God. That would be ashes.
Sweet and smoky, baby. Sweet and smoky.
I don't know. It's just.
Yeah.
I just don't get it.
And we probably never will, because it's so rare, even 100 years down the road, they
Obviously,
still won't know.
No, because you have so few cases, and it's not like they know what's going to happen, so they can watch this event happen to see what sparks anything, for lack of better words.
Nice.
I see what you did there.
That? I don't know.
I
It's
see
fat
what you
ass
did
said that.
there.
That's what sparked it.
But, I did see that, and we talked about this last week, that it would, what is it, a high amount of acetone,
Oh, yeah.
which can be brought on by a certain diet.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be keto,
Yeah.
which
Thank God just got off of.
They've tried to
Yeah.
explain it that way. They said it could be bacteria within your gut. It could be static electricity,
and that's
obesity, stress. I was so stressed I burst into flame.
that would be horrible.
I kill you.
I'm fat and I'm stressed. I'm going to die.
Oh, my God.
I should just go drink and get it over with.
Don't drink. It might cause you to burst into flame.
Exactly.
Hurry, wash it down with that Truly.
I'm going to go work out. Don't do that. You might burst into flame.
Need a light.
I just don't get it. I don't get it. And it's just baffling.
That doesn't make any sense.
Do we have any volunteers?
No.
Did you tell the thing? Did you read the one about Matilda Rooney?
No, I haven't read the Matilda Rooney.
Here we go.
1885, Christmas Eve, 1885, Seneca, Illinois, small farming town. Matilda Rooney, woman in her kitchen alone, burst into flames. The fire quickly incinerated her entire body except for her feet. The incident also claimed the life of her husband, Patrick. He was found suffocated from the fumes in another room of the house.
Wow.
What the fuck?
So I guess he didn't get her chestnuts on a roasted fire, did he? Sorry.
Jesus.
Too soon.
Jesus.
It was the 1800s. Hey, Mike, got a joke for you.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Wait, I think I told it last week.
This is the flowers on the panties?
Yeah.
You already saw that.
Yeah. Okay. How about...
Oh, here's a good one.
Okay, tell us.
In 1982, a mentally... is this one? Yeah, this is different. A mentally handicapped woman named Jean Lucille Jeannie Saffin was sitting with her elderly father at their home in Edmonton in northern London. To her parents' horror, Jeannie's upper body suddenly became enveloped in flames. The stove appeared to be unlit, and no smoke or fire damage could be found anywhere else in the room. Even the wooden chair that she was sitting on at the time was spared. Mr. Saffin and his son-in-law, Donald Carroll, managed to put out the blaze, but after a brief hospital stay, Jeannie died of third-degree burns.
Wow.
I once dated a girl who died of spontaneous human combustion.
Did you?
Yeah, she was pretty hot.
Thank you.
I'm here all week. Thank you. Please tip your waitresses.
Hey, Mike.
What, Steven?
What did one tampon say to the other? Nothing. They were both stuck-up cunts.
I don't know these people.
All right.
I really don't. Save me. Help.
Do you need something that you can tap out, like SOS or something?
A safe word.
Yeah.
Pineapple.
I thought that was a swinger's word.
I don't know. Just that's the first word that came to my head.
Pineapple. Pink flamingo.
Honey, that's not a safe word.
That's an invitation.
That's the go word for more fun.
Okay. Pumpkin.
Yeah, that's even worse.
Damn it. Anyway.
Awkward silence.
Yeah. I'm out of this one. Yep, I'm out of this one.
I got more shit on my mustache. Damn it.
So any closing thoughts on spontaneous combustion?
I think that in all of these cases, spontaneous human combustion is legit. Mm-hmm. I think that everyone's correct in the whole, because it doesn't happen on the regular, that it can't be determined like exactly what is causing it. I don't think that it's merely a cigarette or an ember or alcohol. I think there is so much more to this. I think that, act of God, I don't know.
Act of God or act of the devil.
Yeah. And
Stephen, you were joking earlier about aliens, but that could vary. That makes as much sense as
everything
they
else.
were just sitting there and they fell asleep with next to a cigarette 5 feet away, and they suddenly caught on fire.
Yeah, there's just too many things involved in all of these stories, all of these actual events that don't make sense when you look at the whole picture.
No. I want to know what our listeners out there think. Just what, because we have no idea what it is. We can come up with all kinds of different reasons, excuses, explanations, but what do you all think? Spontaneous. First of all, do you think it's real?
Right.
Because that's the other thing, too. People go, no one ever saw it. Because that's the majority of the people were completely alone.
Exactly.
Oh, they caught on fire.
But not every case is the same. But the one constant is that the person bursts into flames, dies, turns to ash, and does not destroy an entire house.
And the feet or hands are usually left behind.
Yeah, most of the extremities are left behind. And in a lot of cases, you have that weird oily residue left in the surrounding area around the body.
Could that be
what the
from
hell
the
is
body
that?
fat?
The body fat.
Well, could be from steam.
Yeah, and also, Mike brought up a good thing just a second ago. Wanting to know what you guys think. If you guys have an opinion on this that you want to voice to us, hit that call button and call in, and we'll let you tell us what you think about it. Gen 6 has a lot to say, and Big Will had some shit to say. So any of you guys, because
Gen 6 saying it was a soul collection from the devil, that honestly makes just as much sense as everything else we've heard.
Right, exactly.
Right.
I don't know. I need answers.
Do you need them right now?
I would love them right now.
Okay, I'm going to try and combust. Hang on.
Okay, let's watch this. Hold on, let me get my grab that camera.
Oh, dude, that stinks. Stop
Oh
it.
God, no!
Dude, really?
Not that kind of combustion. Man. Not that kind of combustion.
My bad.
My eyes are watering.
Hey, did you see that the hockey man said he had to come out?
Yeah. Proud of you, brother. We love you anyway.
Yes. Yeah.
But-
You're our favorite goalie.
Yeah, buddy.
Seriously though, I'm just.
Yeah, buddy, out there
I'm
slamming it hard. Yeah.
Like I said, we probably never will have answers.
Yeah.
And that's very sad.
Unless one of us combusts.
Right.
So we make a pact right now. If one of us in this room combusts, grab your phone and start fucking recording.
I record everything.
EVP session.
No, you don't.
Or do I?
Wait, what?
Oh.
And all I'm saying is you gotta love 4K footage.
Oh no. No.
All right. How about this? We take a quick break. We come back and we talk Skinwalkers. What do you think about
Sounds
that?
like a plan.
You like that?
I like that.
You like talking about the Skinwalkers, do you?
I do.
Let's talk about Skinwalkers when we come back. We'll be right back. See you. Bye.
So many people spend hundreds or even thousands of dollars on that perfect infrared camera, hoping to catch that epic paranormal shot or simply to document their nighttime escapades, only to pair it up with an IR illuminator that gives off a hotspot in the center of the frame and performs subpar for their camera's capabilities. We did the same thing. Let me save you some time and money spent on multiple IR lights with one name, Deadlight. Created from the minds of Josh Bender and Justin Brown, who are also paranormal investigators, the Deadlight is the elite light to add to your camera arsenal. We have tested the Deadlight and illuminated areas up to 300 feet away. Did I mention these lights are built like a tank? Super durable and sturdy construction. Josh builds each Deadlight to meet your needs and is in constant contact during the building process. So forget the other lights out there and go straight to the best. You can check out the complete line of Deadlights on Facebook at Deadlight LLC. Justin and Josh are constantly exploring new features to add to the Deadlights. ETGS will never use another light in the field, simply because nothing else compares. Get your Deadlight today and you too can light up the night.
You're listening to Parrot Talk with East Tennessee Seekers, a new perspective in paranormal talk radio.
You're listening to Parrot Talk. If you have a question or an experience to share, email us at etgsparrowtalk@gmail.com or call 865-264-0448. And now, back to Parrot Talk.
All right, guys, we're back. And we're still talking spontaneous human combustion here while we were listening to the bumper.
Real quick.
Okay.
It has been suggested that the fire begins because of static electricity building up inside of the body or from an external geomagnetic force. A self-proclaimed expert on spontaneous human combustion, who is seriously self-proclaimed expert. Okay, anyway. Larry Arnold has suggested that the phenomenon is the work of a new subatomic particle called a pyroton, which he says interacts with cells to create a mini explosion. But as of August 2018, there's no scientific evidence that proves the existence of this particle or spontaneous human combustion itself.
I bet ORNL is researching this in some form.
I wouldn't doubt it, dude.
Yeah.
I guess one of the biggest issues is that, I'm sure there's stuff happening on the inside. But how does it combust?
Gen 6 has a good point, though, that still doesn't explain why nothing else burns around them.
Right.
Exactly.
Maybe it burns so quick that it doesn't have a chance to spread.
Yeah.
I remember in the Mary Reeser case, I believe, sitting on the table next, because there was a little table next to her chair.
Yes.
And there was, I think, a letter, or there was a paper.
Yeah.
There was a paper on the paper was just mildly singed.
Yeah.
And she was gone.
Yeah.
There was nothing left.
I'm telling you, something that causes the amount of heat that given to burn an entire body into ashes and does not do any further damage than smoldering. Mm-hmm. I don't get it. I don't understand it.
I mean, you can take a lighter and hold your hand, maybe 3 or 4 inches above it, and it burns your hand.
Right.
You imagine 3,000 degrees burning within 6 inches of a fucking newspaper. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't do anything except just mildly singe it.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah. I mean, how does it...
Because that's the other weird thing. The heat is so intense, but it doesn't give off any radiant heat.
Right.
So it's like a completely different type of heat.
But that's
scientifically impossible.
I don't get it.
I mean, since it was brought up, it just keeps going back to possible alien. For real,
Yeah,
fucking Bigfoot's breaking into the window and going,
And, Gen 6 said you would still have scorch marks on their seat like a wooden chair. And in that one story, the chair that this girl was sitting in.
Yeah.
Completely unscathed.
Yeah. She was sitting in if I remember correctly, it was a big wingback chair.
Yeah.
Well, the one that was sitting in a wooden chair.
Oh, yeah. Well, Mary Reeser was sitting in a wingback fabric chair.
Yeah.
And it was just
Yeah.
It was burnt right where her body was,
Yeah.
but around it was.
The arms.
Fine. Arms still there.
The arms were perfectly fine.
Yet her arms gone.
Yes.
Yeah, but her legs
Which
were
I
there.
could see
Yeah.
if she was sitting like this or like this.
Okay,
Or like
Andrea is
this.
demonstrating arms crossed across her chest, hands down in her lap, making an oh my goodness,
Oh my
face.
goodness, I'm on fire face.
Yeah, hands across the mouth. Like
See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil.
that one was oops, I did something naughty.
Oops, I did it again.
Yes.
The Britney Spears face. Jen said demons. And again,
And that can be
makes
possible.
sense.
Yes.
That makes more sense than, oh, they just burst into flames.
Yes.
Right. Lisa puts a reason to the combustion.
Because right now there is, for all these cases, 200 or so cases, there is absolutely no reason, scientifically, medically, why they just suddenly burst into flames.
No. I mean, even with all the alcohol, the cigarettes,
Yeah.
why are bars all across the world not just bursting into flames?
Well, when you go into a burnt house, firefighters, I mean, if Elsie were here, he could tell you, you go into a burnt house, if it's, if you find a body,
It's still
you can
relatively,
tell it's a body.
Yeah.
It's usually just, I mean, it's
Skeleton.
Not even skeletonized. It's burnt skin.
It's just burnt skin.
Yeah.
It's flesh. And it's, it's usually in rigor mortis state, but you can tell it's a body.
Yeah.
It
Not
burns the
ash.
clothing and the hair off. That's the thing. In some of these cases, the hair is still intact.
Yeah.
The clothing on parts of the body are still intact. Mary Reeser's shoes were still sitting
Yes.
on her feet,
Yes.
but the rest of her body was gone.
And Gen 6, thank you for that.
It's still gooey.
It's still gooey.
Yeah.
That can explain a lot of things.
It's so gooey. You left a moist spot there where you were sitting there. My goodness, what were you doing?
This is Reeser. It's very gooey here.
It's so gooey right here.
We can't use this chair anymore.
I got stuck when I sat down in it. Howard! All right.
Oh my gosh.
And moving on.
Moving on to Skinwalkers. Okay.
Yeah.
Love everything I've ever seen on Skinwalker Ranch. Just throwing that out there.
Possibly one of the most terrifying places in the world.
Possibly the one place I would love to go more than any other place in the world. Spend a month at Skinwalker Ranch.
So here's my first question for you before we get into the actual Skinwalkers and just Skinwalker Ranch, because I've watched all the Skinwalker Ranch stuff. How much of it is true? How much of it is pumped up for TV?
I think that 80% of it is pumped up for TV and 20% is true. Or
That's
and
100.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I've been working on my math skills.
Good deal.
Yep. And I think eventually Bam Bam Nemesis is going to die in the corner spontaneously.
If
from
he
the buzz.
bursts into fucking flames,
Oh my
Let
gosh.
me get my camera ready.
get your camera.
Get the camera ready. But yeah, I mean, me being in the paranormal field, all of us being in the paranormal field, I want to believe all of it.
Oh, sure.
I want to believe all of it. But yeah, a lot of it's pumped up for TV, just like everything else. But some of the stories that we've heard from people, that they're the exact same stories. Stop trying to combust. But we have to look at those and see just how close they are. These people that don't know each other, have never seen each other, and have some of the same stories. Like one of my favorite ones was about the giant wolf. Mm-hmm. The giant wolf that showed up at Skinwalker Ranch. The rancher goes out there, and this is not the main Skinwalker Ranch, but a ranch just off of its line. But he had gone out there and he had noticed his cattle, being all mangled, and what have you. And he saw this wolf coming up in the distance. Well, the wolf got there. The wolf he said was bigger than his biggest bull and latched onto this bull and drug it off, with no force at all, just grabbed it and went.
Yeah.
I mean, how freaking terrifying is that?
Oh, yeah.
That's some of that chick flick. What is it? That chick flick?
Twilight.
Yes.
Yeah.
How big those wolves were, in that movie.
Dire wolves.
Yeah. I mean, that's what, when you hear that story, that's what you think of. It's just, that fucker's that big, to be able to do this.
Well, plus there are reports of that large wolf or a large wolf showing up and them going after it with a gun and shooting it with a 40-06. Not a little 20-20, but a 40-06, hitting it several times, and the thing literally looking at them and running off.
Right. Yeah.
Must be related to Michael Myers.
Well, they apparently, on the TV show, they followed a blood trail. Like I said, they followed a blood trail for a while, and then it just kind of disappeared.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and it's the full spectrum there. It's the skinwalkers. It's these, mutated animals. It's UFO sightings.
Wendigo.
That's what I was going to say, because, out there's some of the most UFO sightings in the world is out there in that ranch.
Yeah.
Cannibal Dwarfs of the Great Plains.
Ooh.
I love that movie.
I saw the other version. It was Cannibal Dwarfs in a gray plane.
Or the Queen of the Death Valley.
Fuck this says a plane full of cannibal dwarves. How do you know? They were chewing on Mary Reese's foot.
Oh, Lord forgive
Poor
us.
Mary.
All right, so Andrea, give us, for people who don't know what a skinwalker is, or Mike, either one of you guys,
Mike, go for it.
give us some info on skinwalkers and the whole legend of the skinwalker.
So a skinwalker is actually comes from Navajo culture. In Navajo, it's known as Yi Naladushi. It's a type of harmful witch who has the ability to turn into, possess, or disguise themselves as an animal. The term is never used for healers, though. It's only used for this witch. The Navajo witches, including skinwalkers, represent the antithesis of Navajo cultural values. Community healers and culture workers are known as medicine men and women. By another position, nurturing terms in the local indigenous language, witches are seen as evil, performing twisted ceremonies and manipulating magic in a perversion of the good works medicine people traditionally perform. So basically, they are the anti-medicine people, skinwalkers, and they can appear in several different forms.
Right.
People, coyotes, wolves, cattle, all sorts of things. So, that's the skinwalker.
Could you imagine a rancher going out and being like, I'm herding my cattle, and one of them being a skinwalker?
Oh, yeah. Cattle stands there and goes, what the fuck are you?
Ain't no steak here, bitch. I'll give you that T-bone.
I got your rump roast right here, bitch.
Show you how tender that loin
But apparently they can transform. They have the ability to transform into any different type of animal or person at will.
Man, to be able to do that.
Moo this mofo.
Gen 6 is on a roll tonight.
Oh, I love
Oh
you,
my
Gen
God.
6.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Talk about digging for gold in the wrong hole.
In the wrong hole. So if you want to be even more uncomfortable about skinwalkers, they mostly frequently appear as coyotes, wolves, foxes, eagles, owls, are you ready for it? Crows. That's right, crows. The same fucking animals you see every day, everywhere that wake you up early on a Saturday morning. Fucking crows.
And, one thing about crows is that they're very
intelligent.
Well, they're intelligent and they hold grudges.
Oh, yeah.
Makes sense now, huh?
Skinwalkers.
They're all freaking skinwalkers.
They're all fucking skinwalkers.
You hurt their buddy, they're like,
it's on, bitch.
it's on. And they start attacking you. So
Skinwalkers some of them can steal the faces of people and appear as someone you know.
Oh, God.
So a doppelganger.
Oh, my gosh.
Fucking.
Are you guys real? Or is this Memorex?
Stop it, Steve.
That smells
Scary.
Quit smiling at me.
Well, this is how you can tell. Andrew, look right at Steve. If you accidentally lock eyes with a skinwalker, they can absorb themselves into your body and take control of your actions.
Oh, wait, what?
I just made you drink that.
Wait, it gets worse. Rare skinwalkers can also have the ability to enchant the power of corpses or powder of corpses and use the substance as a poison dust on victims.
Really?
Zombies.
Again, I'm going to go back. I don't know why this is on my mind at all tonight. I'm fucking aliens. I mean, could skinwalkers be fucking aliens? I mean,
could I be an alien?
You are. We know that. But,
yeah.
I mean, because out there in that area, the high volume of sightings, the strange shit that happens,
I mean, honestly, that seems very plausible.
Sure.
I mean, the fact that that is such an active area for UFO sightings and everything.
Yeah.
Who's to say that they're not like beaming themselves down here on Earth and they're like, man, I need to blend into this place. That looks fun.
I'll be a cow.
Right.
Just to kind of scope the area out.
Well, here you go. Here's a couple things that actually make that sound more plausible too. Some of the other things that skinwalkers, besides their supernatural powers, they apparently have the power to run incredibly long distances. Some say over 200 miles in one evening.
The
Jesus.
fuck?
They can also take on many forms, like we said. They apparently have a tendency to hang around graveyards and have a tendency to dig up graves at incredibly fast speeds. Their normal tendency, how they show up nowadays, is as people describe them as a, quote, hollowed out dog-like animal, very gray looking.
Gray.
Grays.
A hollowed out dog-like animal that's gray in color.
Yep, the grays.
And see, that's like that picture you were showing us. I mean, it almost has an alien-like feature,
Yep.
Did you see Gen 6 said, now what aliens are actually just demons? So monster and aliens in the same ranch. Makes more sense now.
Yeah.
See, I'm thinking, I don't know what it is, but Mike reading that, if I were a skinwalker and was able to move 200 miles in one night, I would not have to kill myself in the gym every day. Sorry, that's all I got out of that.
From the mind of Steven.
Yeah. You're welcome.
But here's your one saving grace, okay? According to the Navajos, you can actually kill the Yi Nagloshi. You can kill a skinwalker if you call them by their true human name.
But,
really?
Like Bob?
No. It kind of goes back to that whole thing we talk about when we talk about demonology. You can control or get rid of a demon if you know the actual name of the demon. Apparently, it's the same type of thing in Navajo. If you know the name of whatever this skinwalker is and call them by their true name, you then control them and they disappear.
If you're lucky enough to find out their true name.
Yeah.
And if they're fucking aliens, maybe you're not. Maybe you can't pronounce or even say their name. Scooby Dooby Dooby Ferguson. Alien.
Mork.
Hey, Stephen, Gen 6 says first thing he would do is rob a bank.
She.
Sorry.
She is wearing no package pants. There's no package.
No, first
in
thing,
those pants.
she's saying first thing you would do.
Oh, okay.
First thing he would do is rob a bank to fund his chunky coffee startup.
Chunky coffee startup. Just like Mama used to make.
Steven's salty, chunky coffee. Coming to you soon.
Coming to you soon.
Oh, God. This is just getting worse and worse. Oh, my gosh.
It's fucking dust. I'm empty.
I mean, there's stories that people have seen, quote unquote, the dog-like bodies of the dog-like skinwalkers. Except this one kid said he was spending time at his grandmother's house, which was out in the desert. And he saw this dog-like creature that had human hands and feet.
Really?
Yeah.
See, now I was actually going to ask, like, if the skinwalkers can actually take the form of a cow, a wolf, whatever, how would you know the difference? Now, if they're a wolf with human hands, then that would
This
be.
kid said it looked like a large gray dog. Its eyes, this is how he described it. Its eyes were fucking bright and huge and bright white. It had human hands and feet, but a dog body and a human-like head.
Okay, that would be unique.
Yeah.
What if they would smell different?
Probably.
You smell like a wet human. so moist smelling.
You smell moist. What does that even mean?
I cannot drink coffee anymore before the podcast. I apologize to everyone and those poor little pygmy children down in New Guinea.
And what's her
If
name?
the cow starts dealing cards, something is wrong.
Yeah.
Damn Skippy. Yeah, I mean, I'm visioning this animal,
Creature.
this thing with human hands and feet.
Beats.
Feet.
Damn, look at his feet.
Hold on a second. Let me take another drink
Him's
of
got
coffee.
some big old feet.
I bet that's some bitch a skinwalker.
Him's got some big old feet.
Pa, get your gun. This thing got big feet.
Thank you, Starbucks.
What's that smell?
It's moist.
He smells.
It smells moist.
It smells like moist big feet.
Oh, God. Moist is bad. Moist big feet is horrible.
Oh, my God.
Why are he darn left feet's on his head? I love his Gen 6.
Gen 6, can you call in?
Oh, my God.
If you have your earbuds, call in, please. Oh, my God.
Damn it, he smells moist. Look at his face.
You must be a skinwalker because you smells moist.
Holy shit, you sounded like Jesse. Oh, my God.
Shitty moist mustache.
Smells like shitty moist mustache.
Smells like a shitty moist mustache.
Oh, my God.
And the
But
second,
could you imagine how terrifying that would be to see that shit?
That's what I was trying to get at before I misspoke and said feet. But yes, that would be terrifying.
God. I'm looking at several of these, supposed run-ins with skinwalkers, and they're describing them as it was not fully human nor fully animal. It's like this blend of both human and animal. And then the thing that keeps coming up in a lot of these stories is they looked right at them.
Right.
Like it actually recognized them and looked at them and recognized them as a human. Mm-hmm. They made eye contact with the fucking thing.
now imagine this. Somebody catches a glimpse of a skinwalker that looks half human, half animal, stares you in the eye. That skinwalker takes your face.
Yeah, just absorbs.
And runs. And then there's another, you run around. That would explain, like, oh gosh, I have a twin somewhere else in another state. You look just like so and so. But which one is the doppelganger? You or the other one?
Mind blown. Or was that spontaneous combustion?
Yes.
Feet's big. Moist.
Shitty moist mustache, shitty
So
moist
fucking
mustache,
moist.
shitty moist mustache, shitty moist mustache, shitty moist mustache.
Shit,
I
now it's
mean-
going to appear.
He wasn't looking in the mirror. It's okay. That's a good point. Gen 6 says, ooh, what if skinwalkers are responsible for werewolf legends?
Why couldn't they
They
be?
probably are.
Why couldn't they be?
I don't know. I'm still stuck on the whole thing about a skinwalker actually absorbing somebody else's face and then running off, and then they're like portraying this person.
Well, I mean, that's just it. They're in that whole shapeshifter genre, for lack of better words,
It's like on Captain Marvel. You remember
No.
that those aliens would come and they
Oh,
would
yeah,
turn in?
yeah. And they would make themselves look like.
In True Blood, they had shapeshifters and skinwalkers.
Yes, they did.
In True Blood.
Yes, and I love that show.
Yeah. And it's coming back, you know that.
No.
Yeah, they're doing an updated version of it.
But is it going to have Anna Paquin?
No.
No, of course not.
It's carrying on the story from now.
Ah.
Kind of like they did with Sex and the City. Apparently they're doing an updated version of True Blood.
Yeah.
Mike's favorite paranormal team had a run-in with the skinwalker out there at the ranch.
They did. I remember that. That was a good episode.
It was.
It was a good episode.
Mommy,
Regardless, Mike's going to say no.
bring me my puppy, Mommy. I saw a skinwalker.
I'm so scared.
I'm so scared.
Where's my box so I look 4 inches taller?
That guy's 5'6". He's taller than me. Give me something to stand on.
I just want to watch the Goldfield Hotel over and over again with him running into the wall and breaking his camera. That's the best thing ever on TV. He screams and runs into a wall.
Yeah.
Oh, Gen 6, he's so funny.
Now, if a skinwalker took the face of a guy, would it smell shitty? And if a woman's face smell moist? Yes.
Yes. That's a definite yes.
General consensus, yes.
She's going to have to join us every week.
Yeah.
I know. Please come back.
Yeah.
Again.
All
and
of you
again,
guys,
and again.
chime in.
Yes,
Chime in.
please. What?
Say words.
Words and stuff and things and
Moist
the
skinwalkers.
moist.
I just noticed my vape matches the table.
You're welcome.
Okay, so the rest of America got its first real taste of the Navajo legend in '96 when the Desert News published an article titled Frequent Flyers. The story chronicled a Utah family's traumatizing experience with a supposed creature that included cattle mutilations and disappearances, UFO sightings, and the appearance of crop circles.
There we go.
But the family's most distressing encounter occurred one night just 18 months after moving onto the ranch. Terry Sherman, the father of the family, was walking his dogs around the ranch late at night when he encountered a wolf. But this was no ordinary wolf. It was perhaps 3 times bigger than a normal one, had glowing red eyes, and stood unfazed by the 3 close-range shots Sherman blasted into its hide. The Sherman family weren't the only ones to be traumatized on that property. After they moved out, several new owners experienced eerily similar encounters with these creatures, and today, the ranch has become a hub of paranormal research that's aptly named Skinwalker Ranch.
Well.
Yes.
I love that story, though. Love that story.
It's a true story. True story.
So if you've, here's a thing that just occurred to me too, because I remember watching this. If you want to see a very good series about a skinwalker, and you have HBO Max, go back and watch, what was it, from a couple of years ago, The Outsider on HBO Max, because that actually centers around a skinwalker type creature. And it actually kind of centers around what you were asking. What if somebody took your face and then appears in another place? Because that's part of what they had in this story. Someone takes somebody's face and then appears someplace else.
That is trippy.
John Travolta and Nicolas Cage.
Yes, face off.
Face off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's, again, two very terrifying things tonight: Skinwalkers and Spontaneous Human Combustion. And I found the cross for both of them.
Okay. This
came from out near Utah City.
Utah.
This guy said he had decided to join his best friend for a 3-day stay at her grandmother's place. They were on the reservation out in Tuba City out in Arizona, not Utah City, Tuba City in Arizona, middle of nowhere, surrounded by some rural homes. They were old college friends. They decided to go out camping. One night they had built a big bonfire, and they were sitting talking in front of the bonfire, having some beers. Finally decided it was time to lay down. He said he got into a sleeping bag and was laying there and started hearing the pitter-patter sound like feet, like dog walking around. He thought feet. He was hearing the sound of feet. Just pitter-pattering him around. But because they were on the reservation, Navajo tradition, dogs are very sacred. And they're allowed inside the house, outside the house. So they kind of wander around. So they said he was laying there and he was starting to fall asleep and then saw the fire suddenly grow. This bonfire was still burning. It grew, got very, very big. They heard barking. But he said it sounded like a dog barking, but it didn't sound like a dog. It sounded like a man with a low voice going, woof, woof. He said you could tell it wasn't a dog. He said, and suddenly the flames got very, very bright. Something shot out of the flames. There was what looked to be some sort of a dog-type creature, again with a human-type head, turned and looked at him. It was on fire, and then it took off running through the night.
What?
Yeah, apparently this Skinwalker came out of the fucking fire.
Holy cow.
So say spontaneous combustion created a fucking Skinwalker.
Son of a bitch. Full circle.
We ain't
somewhere in Arizona.
Circle right there.
Somewhere in Arizona, there's a big fucking fiery dog running around with a man's face going woof, 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 and big moist fucking feet.
My name is Carl. Daryl's cousin.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, I think it would be interesting to go visit the Skinwalker Ranch. I don't want to encounter one.
No.
Nope. There's only enough space in this world for this face. Oh, that kind of rhymed.
Look at you. Poet and didn't know it.
I know.
Yeah.
I'd like to encounter one myself.
Dude, I'm telling you, if I had the opportunity to go stay out there for a month, I would.
Let's do it.
Andrea, I'm taking time off work. I have no paid vacation.
Yeah, that might be a problem. Might be a problem. Hello, demon.
So
we just take the camper.
We could. We can set up right there. It's solar panels. Still have electricity.
You just direct me to, a steady source of income. Be my guest.
I'll see what I can figure out for you.
Okay. You do that.
And I can go?
Go on.
Fuck yeah.
I got to read this to you just because it's making me fucking laugh.
Okay.
So this is another account of somebody on a reservation, this time in New Mexico. And they heard something going on outside. She said, I'd only taken 2 steps and I hear what sounds like a distorted scream, half human, half animal, coming from outside. Definitely close by. Fear rising, I look outside again, and there I see it. A coyote-like figure was staring directly in my direction, directly at me from behind the cars just outside of the reach of the porch light. Only it looked awfully wrong. It looked like a coyote some of the time. So apparently it was changing shape while she was looking at it.
Oh.
Wow.
It gave off an evil vibe just from seeing it. It was gray, with very disheveled hair, and horrific orange-red soft glow came from its eyes. I noped the hell out and ran back to the bedroom. It was at this moment that I had begun to notice an awful stench in the air. that smelled like rotting meat. That's one thing they talk about. You hear this rotting meat smell. I started.
And the same thing with Sasquatch.
Yeah.
That's, rotting meat.
I started trying to wake up my mom, who was like, "Oh my God, it's almost 3 a.m. Shut the hell up. What do you want? Go back to sleep." I immediately began in a shaken voice, "There's something scary outside." Then she said, now annoyed because I woke her up, "It's probably just a stray animal or something. It's the res. Animals wander around all time of the night. Go back to bed." She obviously wasn't getting the drift of what I was saying, so I screamed as loud as I could, "There's some Blair Witch Project shit going on outside, Ma!" That finally got her attention.
Wow. So seeing it shapeshift right in front of me.
Well, it's like she was saying that apparently it wouldn't stay the same shape. It just kept changing while she was looking at it.
Holy cow.
Now, could that be why Bigfoot's so elusive? Could it be a skinwalker?
Very well, could be.
I mean, maybe it shapeshifts or has some type of cloaking power where, boom, you can't fucking see me, bitches.
It has.
There's the cloak of invisibility.
Yeah. In Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what Bigfoot, the Skinwalkers they stole Harry Potter's cloak. That's what it was.
It's got to be it.
Got to be it.
Bastards.
Right?
Yeah.
I bet Harry's pissed.
Yeah, I would be.
Well, I mean, the thing is, they're going to see him be pissed off now.
Well, here's the weird thing, too. They said the next morning they went outside, and all around where the cars were, there were paw prints. Then there were what looked to be human footprints, and they just kind of alternated around all throughout around the car.
It was confused.
That's.
I want to be animal. I want to be human. I want to be human. I want to be animal.
I mean, seriously, like all joking aside, that would be insane.
Of
That'd be
course.
terrifying.
To witness that. That. Yeah. I don't know how I'd feel about that. I mean,
Scared.
I totally would be, but I would want to catch that on camera. Oh shit, Mike.
Jen wants to know if you eat it, will you gain its moist powers?
Yes. Yes. We, hang around here. We may have the power of moisture. You may leave this podcast a little more moist than you came. Let me just say.
I ate this thing. Now suddenly I'm really moist. Look at my fucking feet.
You're welcome.
Moist.
Halloween.
Halloweeny. Moist weenie.
Feet.
Oh,
Weenies.
Oh my gosh.
it sounds like some
So
kind of
stupid.
retarded chant.
Moist Halloweeny feet.
Oh my God.
Oh.
I'm a Bigfoot. Now I'm human. Now I'm a tree. No, a boulder.
Bitch, where's my Oscar for natural acting?
That's so funny.
Fuck you, Daniel Day-Lewis. I'm a fucking stick.
And the winner goes to
Gen 6
yes,
for her portrayal of Bigfoot human tree boulder.
Skinwalker.
Oh my God.
Moistly.
Do that, Jared Leto. I'm a fucking turd.
Wait, so are you? Sorry, I know you love the Jared Leto.
I do.
Yeah.
Who?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's not all that the Navajo believe in.
No.
Am I right?
You are correct in that.
Amundo. Correct Amundo. Say it like the Fonz.
Thank you, Fonzie.
Say it like Fonzie. I'm correct Amundo.
We briefly mentioned the cannibal dwarves of the Great Plains. The Arapaho, Cheyenne, and other tribes in the Great Plains have one frightening legend in common. That of a race of terrifying cannibal dwarves of formidable strength. Known by several names, including the I don't know this word, and the other one I don't know. Were. Go for it.
It's a
And
Okay. AKA Wee Man.
They were said to be
Carl.
They were said to be child-sized and insatiably aggressive. According to some versions of the legend, they were warlike.
I'm sorry, but that doesn't terrify me. Insatiably aggressive.
Sorry.
Not scared.
Insatiably aggressive.
That may make me want to rethink sleeping in the bed tonight.
According to some versions of the legend, they were warlike because they believed they could only reach the afterlife by being killed in battle. Their exact characteristics varying depending on the tales shared in different tribes. In some tellings, they were one-eyed in the manner of a cyclops. In others, they were squat,
Were you thinking
no-necked.
about the one-eyed monster? She paused when she said that.
I was imagining a
I bet
small,
you were.
No, I was imagining a very small person with one eye.
Hey, come here. I'm going to bite you.
In others, they were
Ow, my
squat, no-necked creatures or had wings. They were
They're
also
tiny little weightlifters.
they were also
Little Elsies.
commonly supposed to have magical powers, even being able to turn invisible.
Sorry, pause. What do you mean little Elsies? Elsies.
Micro Elsies.
Micro Elsies.
So yeah, that is the story of the cannibal dwarves of the Great Plains.
See,
I'm sorry they don't scare me.
skinwalkers scare me. Little cannibal dwarves.
Hey, come here.
But what if they were
Insatiably aggressive.
I'm going to get you.
I'm gonna
Cause
step on you. What? Fucking get away.
Follow the yellow brick road.
And as always, there's the Wendigos, known to
it's a Wendigo.
whatever.
Wendigo. That was.
I like the
Never mind.
Wendigo. Known to the many.
That was the evil dog in Winn-Dixie.
Yeah.
Yes. Algonquin tribe.
Algonquin.
Yes, of the North American continent. They are among the most frightening and fearsome creatures of indigenous lore. The concept of this macabre. Sorry, I'm having a hard time reading today.
This macabre
entity has been frequently appropriated by writers of comics, horror novels, and TV shows and films, with Wendigos often depicted as werewolf-like creatures.
Jesse?
Often with antlers or horns. However, the original lore describes Wendigos as giant emaciated humanoids, often freezing cold and driven by an appetite for human flesh. It's widely thought Wendigos were grotesque manifestations of or symbols of the harsh winters and lack of food which many tribespeople had to endure. There was even an early psychiatric condition dubbed Wendigo psychosis, describing people of the
Algonquin.
Algonquin regions who were seized by cannibalistic compulsions. An early example was reported by Jesuit missionaries in Canada in 1661. Wow. He wrote of a local malady striking local people, which affects their imaginations and causes them more than a canine hunger. This makes them so ravenous for human flesh that they pounce upon women, children, and even upon men.
Canadian monks.
Yes.
They were really hungry, eh? They joked on that girl and that little boy.
Well, I tell you.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry about that.
Sorry about that.
The persons perhaps most associated with the phenomenon of Wendigo psychosis was Swift Runner, a Cree Indian who worked as a trapper in Canada. In the winter of 1878, he horrified his community by slaughtering and eating his own wife and children. He later claimed he'd been overcome by the spirit of a Wendigo, a defense that didn't prevent him from being sentenced to hang by a jury that included his fellow Crees.
Wow.
Did they hang him by the neck or his feet?
And did he use barbecue sauce or just ketchup?
Couldn't hang him by his feet. They were too moist.
Yeah, he
Kept
would have
sliding off.
Hey, Gen 6 comes up with a good way that you can get rid of the cannibalistic dwarves.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's just a little, just like Chucky. bitch punt, kick his ass out the fucking window.
That would do it.
That would so do it.
No, you got to do it in the dwarf scream.
Now, here's the weird thing.
Cue the passing semi.
What the fuck was that? When you describe the Wendigo, the way it looked, though, it almost sounds like it could possibly be a skinwalker.
Oh, of course.
Skinny, emaciated, you know.
Ravenous.
Because when you think of a dog body, what do you think of it? That long? That's just, I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, who's to say that it's not the same?
Yeah.
I mean, really. Nobody has captured.
And I bet they don't. They're pretty elusive little bastards.
Well, considering that they can change into anything they want.
Maybe they're changing into the, cannibalistic dwarves of the Great Plains.
No, that's still funny.
No. Freaking angry garden gnomes.
So last up, we have the Queen of Death Valley.
I knew
I know
her.
him.
Located in California.
You knew the Queen as a him?
Death.
He's from California.
I mean,
True. That's true.
Death Valley is a scorching slice of America.
Look upon me and my shitty mustache.
Howdy ho.
Wendigo. Get them, cannibalistic little doors. Get them.
Get him, my minions.
Go get them, little fuckers. Come on.
Well, shit.
And one of the hottest places on Earth. It's also associated with myths and legends of the Timbisha Shoshone tribe, who have inhabited the unforgiving Death Valley region for over a millennium.
See, I saw them the last time they came into Knoxville.
The Timbisha Shoshone tribe?
Yeah, they were pretty good.
The Shoshones.
Yeah.
Shoshone. According to
We actually went to Shoney's and ate.
I love their restaurant.
Yes.
Shoshones.
We went there and ate. They had the catfish that night.
I didn't know you had a
Right.
stutter problem.
Shoshones.
They're related to my Sharona.
Oh, according to generations old stories, Death Valley was once a lush, greenless landscape of rolling meadows and gushing springs.
Did you say lust and gushing at the same
I
time?
said lush,
Oh, okay.
green landscapes of rolling meadows and gushing springs.
I
At
knew
that
her.
time,
I knew her.
So hot right now.
would you like to hear more about the lush green landscapes of rolling meadows and gushing springs?
Please tell me about it.
Well, it was once a lush green landscape.
Slower.
Slow it down.
Once a
Slow it down.
lush
Oh, okay, I'm good. Yeah.
green landscape of rolling meadows and gushing springs.
The fuck are we listening to right now?
The Queen.
Welcome to
Death.
1-900 Paratalk.
Good night.
976 Paratalk. $2.99 a minute for the first 3 minutes. Then $79 an hour.
Call anytime.
Anytime.
So at that time, the legend goes that the tribe was ruled by a matriarch who demanded her people build a vast, lavish palace.
Y'all build me a fucking palace.
They did as she asked, working tirelessly to drag slabs of stone with which to create her home. That rhymed. Over time, the queen became tyrannical, enslaving her people and being cursed by her own daughter. Nature itself took vengeance upon the queen for her vanity and wickedness. The sun intensifying in heat,
So fucking hot.
causing the fertile landscape to dry and wither. This was the tribe's origin story of Death Valley as we know it today. And it is said the queen's doomed palace can still be glimpsed as a shimmering mirage in the desert heat.
of the Lollipop Guild.
And you know, Gen 6 ends it right there. You know,
Get the umbrella. We got a squirter. Oh, wait, that's me. Yes! Yes! Yes!
Oh, man.
Was it the lush green landscape of rolling meadows and gushing springs?
Well, she said it's always nice to hear a woman talk about moist gardens.
No, moist gushers.
Oh, sorry, no glasses.
Moist gardens.
From here,
Bitch, I just
That's what
watered
I'm-
that motherfucker.
You know, it's funny.
Everything
that
is so wet right now.
Every Friday, he forgets his glasses.
they're on the end table.
Exactly.
Yep,
Every day.
Every day.
every day.
So that
You're
was
welcome.
fun. You're so welcome. Anytime. Call anytime.
Like she said, come anytime. Anytime. Oh, you said call. Sorry, I didn't have my glasses on.
I just did.
I didn't have my glasses
I
on.
didn't have my glasses on. I didn't hear you say
He is
call.
letting them air dry.
Jen said you're letting them air dry.
Yeah, that's right. Because they were wet.
So wet.
They were so
From the moist gardens.
So wet from my moist gardens. Damn it, it's hot.
That moist,
My
lush
fucking
garden.
mascara's running.
Oh my god!
It's everywhere. It's everywhere.
Oh, what the hell? Ah, I got fucking shit on my mustard.
So, she keeps talking. I might need a mop.
Why is it so moist over here?
You're welcome.
Someone's been walking with their big fucking feet through my goddamn garden.
Oh, this has been fun.
Well, we hope you have enjoyed this moist episode.
It's a very moist episode.
Yes. Oh, I am crying tears right now. My eyes are moist.
We'll have another.
So moist.
We'll have another moist episode next week.
What
you know.
smells so moist?
Smells moisty.
Damn it.
Sorry.
And if you would like to submit your videos of you listening to Paratalk, you can send those to Steven in care of Paratalk Podcast.
The Paratalk reaction video.
That's it. Yeah. Yes.
Oh my God.
Send us all your moist making videos.
No, don't do that. Now we've just created some weird Pornhub thing. And why are these
And don't
people
forget to
listening?
subscribe to our OnlyFans.
Yes.
Where you will see Steven throwing hay in the back of his truck and my feet in the pigs.
Mike, give me 6 or 8 months. then it'll happen. I'm working my ass off. Fuck. I've only got so much time in the day.
I know. Gosh, I can't wait because, I've been working really hard on my feet. Because that's all that's going to be shown up for me.
The sad thing is that's all you need to show.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah. I got to get out there and sweat and throw hay bales.
I just got to prop my feet up.
You really don't have to. You really,
Mike,
really don't.
Let me tell you. There is a new. I'm trying to say without laughing.
Don't worry, Gen 6, I won't do feet pics.
There is a new notebook I'm wanting to buy. It's made by Mead.
It may take you a few years to save up for.
I'm going to save up every penny that I make off OnlyFans.
You're going to make a penny at a time.
Yes, I'm cheap. I'm a cheap fucker.
Oh, no.
May even get me one of those nice gel pens.
Ooh. I'm going to get one of them the 4-color pens. Got the clear.
I've got one out in my truck.
You son of a bitch.
How dare you not bring that in? You knew I would take it in.
Freaking brags. Sit right here and brag about having
moist.
that. Yeah.
So moist.
So moist.
Halloween.
Moist. Halloween.
All right. That's about it for the show this week.
Feet.
Shitty mustache.
The thing is,
Oh my gosh.
I can fuck up one time saying a word, and it will last all podcast long.
Yes, it will.
Feet.
Fucking Starbucks, man.
Oh, my.
But had it not been for this delicious nectar, I would not have made it through this podcast.
Oh, you would have. We would have made you.
But I'd been like...
All right, Steven is out, and it's all left to us, so we'll just continue.
So, what's our big wrap-up from this show, though? We talked about two things that
Spontaneous human combustion
terrifying,
is real.
but we don't know how real they are.
We don't, no.
And we'll never know how real they are.
But we also made the contact that both of them possibly could be alien.
Correct.
You know? Do I think it personally is? No. No, I don't.
Could they possibly both be alien? Or, I mean, demons?
I would lean more towards that.
Especially on the Skinwalker side.
Yeah. And someone fucking burning for no reason and just, leaving their feet.
Well, we actually explained that the feet don't burn because they're so fucking moist.
They are moist. They don't burn.
They don't burn.
You know why they're moist? Because they were listening to this fucking podcast. That's why. They got moist listening to this podcast.
They did. Oh, Gen 6.
What Gen 6 say this time?
The moist Wendigo shook hands with the shitty Skinwalker and then shared Steven's face while randomly combusting the sheep.
They shared my face?
That's right. Say that 10 times fast.
I guess that sounds like a Saturday. You know?
Sounds like fun times to me.
So we need to plan. We need to somehow find a way to get out to Skinwalker.
We totally do. Totally do. I would love to go there. 512
square miles is how big the ranch is.
Yeah. It's freaking huge.
Kind of large.
Is it can people visit? No, it's a private ranch.
Private,
yeah.
But you can get on the outskirts and just, the UFO sightings and everything else. You
hop over the fence.
No, the thing I'm saying is, you have all these reports right there because they're focused on that area right there.
Well, yeah.
But you're not going to tell me that the Skinwalkers are going to go, oh, shit.
Sorry, there's a gate. There's a fence there. I can't go over there.
There's the property line. I can't
That's
cross
just
that.
like at work. The rad can't cross that magenta and yellow friggin' rope.
Are you telling me it can? It better not. I've stood right outside of it with nothing on.
Oh, no.
Just like the asbestos fibers can't get past that white and yellow, the white and red rope.
Yeah,
Can't do
it.
it. Can't do it. You can't tell me it does. It doesn't.
At all.
No asbestos fibers here.
But yes, you're right. Just because there is a fence there does
Well, here's
not
the other
mean-
thing, too. Brandon Fugel owns it.
Yeah.
Through Adamantium Holdings. We can always reach. I mean, the worst thing you can tell is just no.
Right.
True.
We could have him on the podcast.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And make fun. No, I wouldn't make fun.
No.
No. Not until he hung up. But, okay. We've got less than 4 minutes. What we got?
How many times can we say moist in 4 minutes?
Moist, 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 moist.
You're welcome.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Feet.
Fuck you all very much.
You're welcome.
All right. Guys, we totally appreciate you all listening. We hope you enjoyed. And if you didn't, come back next week and we'll try again.
Thanks, Gen 6, for all the interactions. We
Yes.
appreciate it.
Moist, 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 moist.
Oh, my God.
Moist, moist, moist.
Are you done, Mike?
So moist.
I am now, yeah.
And
all right.
done.
Good.
Spent.
But again, thank you guys for listening.
We love you all. We appreciate you all.
Every single one of you. You guys rock. We appreciate y'all listening. And to all of our new listeners and
We hope we
the
didn't
people
scare
that
you
keep
off.
coming back,
Yeah.
thank you so very much.
Yes.
Tell us about your friends.
Tell us about your friends.
No, or tell your friends about us. Thank you, Mike.
You can tell us about your friends too. but-
Sure, why not? I mean, are they hot? Who knows?
Wait, what?
Oh, sorry.
Are they moist?
Are they
they
moist? That's what I meant. Hot, moist. If you get hot, you're going to get moist.
Do they
you know.
have feet?
Possibly.
Hopefully.
Possibly.
Have any of them combusted?
Yeah. Have you ever had any friends that have combusted and you're looking for an insurance settlement? Contact Mike at hedon'tgiveafuck.com.
That's right.
Because
I don't give a fuck.
he don't give a fuck.
All right, who's up for petting Gen 6's butt?
I'll pet.
Steve's got you, babe. Steve's got you, babe.
Yeah, Steve's going to pet your butt. All right.
Oh!
And
Jesus Christ.
and that was Bam Bam Nemesis come running through the house into the studio and raise his hand. So
Yes.
Gen 6, if you need your butt petted,
You've got options.
you have options. Just be sure.
Hey,
and
I'll pet your butt, babe.
You all right,
sure.
Mike?
I just peed a little bit. What the fuck was that? Jesus Christ.
I know that was very startling.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, God.
just before the butt petting starts, make sure you're wearing your no package pants.
What's that smell?
Yeah,
I
no
just shit myself.
At least it's not in your mustache.
I'm growing a tail.
All right, guys.
Oh, my gosh.
40 seconds.
All right. Thank
Guys.
you all.
Thanks for listening. We'll be back next week at some point in time. So until then, I'm Steven.
I'm Steve.
I'm Andrea.
I'm moist.
And as always, stay spooky, my friends.
And that's all, folks.
You've been listening to Paratalk with the East Tennessee Ghost Seekers. If you have a question or comment about the show you've just heard, or you have an experience to share, or you need to contact us concerning an investigation, feel free to email us at etgsparatalk@gmail.com or call 865-264-0448. That's 865-264-0448. We invite you to find and like the East Tennessee Ghost Seekers on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and visit us online at easttnghostseekers.org. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time on Paratalk.